It's just one, so I'm not going to worry about triggering any extras. There it is. Got him. And I'm at full health. And we are progressing really good through here. Alright, back up. Hit with a group attack. It just softens up that guy. That way when I actually do get to fighting him, he's already has a couple hits in on him. There. I hit tab that time. He was too slow in hitting me to trigger a focus, so. And we're healed up. So this is a very smooth flowing room, which is good. So it's not difficult. This particular one, the fast XP run dungeon, is just that. We're just running through, clearing out the rooms. Looks like I'm gonna get at least 2. Just looking around the corner, at least 2 here. Alright, he's slowed. I tell you, the first player run dungeon I did, the one that's number 1 on the list, it's been there for a couple of weeks. It took me 3 hours. I have that video posted. I was thinking about putting that to YouTube, but man, I could see that since the YouTube's only letting me post in 15-minute segments, 3 hours would be like a whole lot of segments for one dungeon run, so I don't think I'm going to quite do that. I'll just do these short 1-hour episodes here. Alright, so we are in a big room. Yeah, the only reason the other dungeon I did took that 3 hours is because every room I came into had like 30 creatures in it, and it just took forever to kill everything in each room. But you could get to the end of the dungeon just by killing what you need and make a safe path. However, you're going to earn more experience for your player character just by killing everything. So I kill everything. And tokens. Yeah, the marks. Which, we'll take a look at the marks after this. And oh, kind of got lost. I think I can save. But the marks are used to buy things. If you get enough marks, you can buy a mount even. You can get things to populate your dungeon. You can buy some gear, actual player character gear. So the marks are pretty nice. But it does take a lot of marks to buy stuff, so I'm not going to sugarcoat that. The good stuff takes a lot of marks, and if these runs take like 20, you get like 20 marks on a run, you're going to have to do a lot of player dungeons to get some good gear. But it is feasible. Yeah, if you do this with a group, my wife's saying they clear out a lot quicker. I'm soloing, and the only thing slowing me down is I'm waiting for like the damage over time spells to wear off there down here. Oh, look, a little face on there. I didn't notice that at first. Take that. Ba-bam. And Timberwolf. Now I'm not retreating because so far the layouts of the room is these aren't really pulling a whole lot of other creatures, so I feel pretty safe just running up and hitting these when it's a one-on-one situation. But if I pull any groups, I'll go ahead and back up just so I can use my AoE, which I think this might trigger group. Alright, perfect. Got 2. And this is night 2. This dungeon here, for the most part, they come in groups of 2, which, my experience, groups of 2 is phenomenally easy. Super easy. Groups of 3 are still manageable. 4, I have done a group of 4, but I get really low on health. But so 2 in a group, that'll make your dungeon runs real quick. I just, no dots, full health. I don't see anything but down there, so I should be able to take him out real easy. And I just hit my tab key to target it before I run up to him. That way I can just start swinging as soon as I get there. And I might do one of these dungeons and pick a different creature than this guy just to see what the other ones are like. I've just gotten so used to this one, I feel comfortable doing it. Now I don't know if they're going to come as a group, so I'm just going to come back here real quick. Yep, they're a group. Oh, hit the wrong key. So it should be pretty safe. I'm going to hit my number 1 key. It's an armor spell. Now it does put a little drain on the mana, but since these guys are wailing on me, a little extra protection versus physical attacks won't hurt. And now I can just focus my energies taking these guys out. And he's done. So that by far was the worst experience so far, but we took care of it. If I remember right, skeletons take half or less damage against sharp weapons. Like they take more damage versus blunt weapons. So since all I've got is a sword, it takes a little longer to kill skeletons. They are a little more deadly for me. And there were some bad effects that were listed there, but they're gone now. So I'm all at full health. Now there's been pretty much a consistent theme, you know, a bunch of undead coffins and the gnolls protecting the area. I didn't see any books with a story detailing what this dungeon represents. And when you're doing a group and you get down to the last one, it's totally safe to hit your tab key because it's the only thing to tab to. So I just know it's okay right away to tab to that. It's only when there's like 2 or 3 and then a whole bunch of creatures in the background that you gotta be careful when you're tabbing to target. And I only see 2 here, so I'm gonna... Oh. I didn't wait to make sure that all the penalties and stuff were off. I feel bad killing little tiny snakes. Honestly, who animates snakes? Honestly. Let's see here. Oh, 6 Moon. This is your first exposure to EverQuest? Wow. And you're just seeing a small portion of EverQuest. What's that? Oh, yeah, you weren't here for the housing. You'll have to watch the housing. Yeah, I'm not even doing character development. You know, taking you from the training aisle and character creation. I think I did that in another episode. So you're just seeing a fraction. And I will make one clarification. Depending on who you talk to, they're gonna get real mad if you call this EverQuest, because it's EverQuest 2. And they'll get mad because there is an EverQuest, and it just went free to play as well. But they are unbelievably 2 totally different games in terms of gameplay. I challenge you to play both, play EverQuest and play EverQuest 2, and then let me know which one you think is better. And I think you're going to find EverQuest 2 is much more user friendly and a far superior game graphically. I think the reason why a lot of folks still love the EverQuest is because, you know, that came out first. That's kind of the granddaddy of what really launched the MMO genre. Oh, ooh, snap! I think I might have pulled too many. Oh, 3. All right. I just went in there and thought, oh my gosh, there's like a room full of these things. Let's back up. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this in the bag. Got the question, which one does R like? R, I'm guessing, short for Raz. My wife's name, Roselia. She likes Razzie. She goes by Razzie. I think she typed EverQuest 2 by far. Only because if I'm thinking, EverQuest has not as functional housing, and I don't think they put in player-made dungeons yet, so EverQuest 2 has some more functionality. Oh, I got rooted. In both games, I mean, it would be real hard to compare the two or not compare them. I mean, they both have a lot of similar classes. You know, they both have Shadow Knights, Paladins, Beast Lords. They both have a lot of expansions, lots of content. So they're both very, very large games. So it really is just going to come down to a matter of what style you prefer. Of the two, which one do you prefer to play? For us, it's just been EverQuest 2. That's been more enjoyable to play over the regular EverQuest, you know, but that's something you have to try yourself, you know. And that's the reason why I like to review the free-to-play games, is because you can take my opinions, and I could tell you, yeah, I don't like EverQuest. I like EverQuest 2. But because they're free, you have that chance to just download them yourself and try it, and then you can make that decision. Well, which one do you like? But for me, I definitely go with EverQuest 2. The animations on the combat, I really like this. Sometimes if you're watching, I don't think my wolf guy here does it, but like when you play the monk in EverQuest 2, you can actually see them kind of like dodge and kind of move out of the way, and they're not quite as animated in EverQuest 2. It has a much, much older graphics engine, and if I haven't mentioned it, I'm a big fan of graphics. Love graphics. It's got to have good graphics. And for me, EverQuest 2 definitely has a far superior graphics engine. Now, maybe if EverQuest had a much, much better graphics engine, I might be into it more. But as it stands, let's see. Oh, multiplayer interactions. Okay, I'm just reading over here. So what about multiplayer interaction, group quest, PvP, is it role play? I'll just speak for EverQuest 2. EverQuest has a lot of the same functionalities, just a different way of doing it. But as far as EverQuest 2, I think they still have a PvP server, but there is PvP. So you can. I haven't queued up for PvP, so I might try that. I might run my character through some PvP. I think it's tiered. I've never really looked at EverQuest as a PvP type of thing, mostly focusing on the PvE. So if you talk about PvE, then it is outstanding for groups. First of all, I say recently, but it was a few months ago, one of the grouping things it came out with was public quests, where you can be out in the world, go to a public quest area where just a whole bunch of people will be milling about to all work and contribute towards the public quest. So you didn't even have to know these folks, but you'd be grouped up with them and you'd all be accomplishing the same thing. Oh, you don't even have to be grouped. You just got to be there and participate. And then guild functionality. Oh. My wife says unless you're a healer, then you have to be in a group. But if you do a public quest, you just show up and participate and you get credit. But she said if you want to be a healer, you need to be in a group. But let's talk about like guilds, EverQuest 2 guilds. They actually have an outstanding guild system, which I can't show you anything here on the my creature. But once I pop out a creature play, I'll pull up the guild information. But what you do with guilds is as a group, collectively, when you complete things that are called like writs and certain quests, and you can actually earn experience points for your guild and level up your guild. And as you level up your guild, it makes your guild have like more bank slots for storage. It just basically makes your guild that much more functional. You can get like guild teleports and different things, and eventually if you get a high enough guild level, you then get guild housing, where if you do it right, you can get to the highest guild levels and you get a guild castle. So, but it takes a group, so very much a group oriented on that aspect. Questing, you have the options,